Welcome everybody to the MrBoxingguru podcast. Now, MrBoxingguru. That great music you heard there was from Los Sanaya. Make sure you guys give them a follow at Los Sanaya Music. When I started thinking about this week's podcast, of course, it was over the weekend. We saw it was the main event, which was Amir Khan versus Crawford. I said, you know what? We're going to talk about this fight because I know I've given Top Rank a lot of shit about this design fight that happened. But, and again, I like putting the podcast on Wednesdays because I feel like by Wednesday you guys already have listened to all that other crap that you guys listen to, whether it's shows talking about the fights or whatnot, or other podcasts. But again, like I say every week, you guys don't come here for analysis. You guys come here for a story. And speaking of stories, I feel like today is what, Wednesday, and I feel like a lot of things developed. My initial train of thought was, you know, we're gonna make this about like I said, about Amir Khan, on how spectacular, but Crawford's going to knock him out. But that's not what happened. What happened was the unthinkable. What happened was that Amir Khan, plain and simple, quit. He quit on the stool. He got punched low, whether it was his testicles, like, or in his leg. But he quit. Now, for those people who like to listen to me, you get a full 5-minute count. And I mean, those people who like to listen to me do not like boxing. But you get a full 5-minute count to recover after a low blow. Amir Khan decided not to take it. Amir Khan decided he pretty much had enough. He said, fuck all this, I want to go home. And in my opinion, rightfully so. You see, a lot of the times we condemn fighters for quitting on the stool, or just plain simple quitting, and I think we condemn them rightfully so. Again, to a certain extent. From this past generation, the guy that we've condemned as a quitter has been Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz quit against MAIDANA. And I think that the uproar was so big because we all saw that Victor Ortiz was very competitive in there versus MAIDANA. At the time of the stoppage, yes, he was getting the best of him, but the fact of the matter is that the whole fight was very close, again, when Victor Ortiz fought MAIDANA. I wasn't okay with the stoppage because, I mean, this is Golden Boy's up-and-coming star. This is the guy that's supposed to make it big. This is the guy that's supposed to take over the De La Hoya era, and you're a little yellow. That quit job wasn't okay. And then he turns around, ends up fighting Josecito Lopez, breaking his job, and again, quits there. And he gets condemned for it. Now, the thing is, there's two versions of quitting here. One, Victor Ortiz should not have been put through what he was put through by having the ability to quit himself. That's what the corner's for. Your corner should never be tougher than you. The guy had a broken jaw, and I think if it wasn't for that first quit job that he had already done versus Marcos Maidana, I think people would have been okay with him quitting on the other fight, especially after we found out that his whole jaw was broken, that he needed all these wires and whatnot. That, it's understandable. At the end of the day, it's a sport. You're not supposed to prove how big your balls are to me or to the next guy. You got to live to fight another day. I mean, if you put it all in the ring, I mean, fuck. What good is that prize fight? What good is that purse? What's the whole purpose of this shit? And that's why I'm like, sometimes it's okay to quit. Again, this version of Khan, I was okay with Khan quitting. There was nothing that Khan could have done versus a monster like Crawford that would indicate me wanting or even enjoying the fight up to that point. You saw that, he had 0 to no legs anymore. Yes, Amir Khan's very fast, but it's just like his legs weren't matching his upper body, and it looked scary, and it looked like it was only a matter of time. And as a matter of fact, from that very first round, when he got dropped and he got his spaghetti legs right under him, and you were just like, it wasn't so much of what's gonna happen next, is when is the knockdown coming? And at that point, the fight sucked because I was waiting for the knockout. I was okay, it's gonna come now. And round 2, round 3, round 4 came about, and nothing happened. And so, yes, Bud Crawford was beating him to the punch, to every single punch. Amir Khan is those type of guys that he goes down, but he goes down swinging. But in this point, he wasn't winning the round. He wasn't like outgunning Bud Crawford. He was just getting his ass beat, and it wasn't a challenging enough fight to where I could say, okay, no, don't quit. Give him another round. No, what for? It wasn't necessary. He wasn't going to catch a guy like Bud Crawford. That was it. That's all we needed to see that this was a complete mismatch. And that goes, and what's almost, I guess, gratifying is that Top Rank didn't get the highlight reel. They keep replaying that knockdown in the first round, but we all know that's not the way the fight ended. The fight ended by their guy hitting a guy low, which, again, it was a mistake. I get it. It was an honest mistake. I get it. But that's not the ending that Top Rank was looking for. Amir Khan was purposely picked because they know the capacity of Amir Khan's chin. They needed somebody like that to hype up the Bud Crawford train, to grab the casual's attention as the one that had never seen Khan, and to make, in a way, Bud look indestructible, and unbeatable. And in a way, he's not. It's not many fights that I would go against Bud Crawford. I don't think there's any fight, honestly, that I would go against Bud Crawford. But the fact of the matter is that Top Rank wanted that's storybook ending, and that's not what happened. What happened, it was a controversial win. The best thing about that card was, honestly, Teofimo Lopez. That kid is a freaking star. I don't see anything derailing the Teofimo Express, but baby woman. But the guy is the goods. The guy is legit. The guy has a foot speed, hand speed, and he's nasty. He's mean. He wants to knock you out. And contrary to what Andre Ward was talking about, that he enjoys both, and he was trying to hype up his guy, and mainly because, let's be honest, Andre Ward was a boring ass fighter as he was coming up. Again, was he a great fighter? Yes. Was he, in my opinion, the better fighter than Floyd? Absolutely, he fought the better opposition, but he was boring to watch. It wasn't one of those fighters where I would even go out of my way to go to his fights, because he's just a boring fight. But it's okay. Certain people like that. That's cool. I don't find it entertaining. I could watch it, but I'm not going out of my way to go and watch an Andre Ward fight. Just like I am honestly not going to go out of my way to watch a fight like Shakur Stevenson. Again, he's good. Is he the goods? Absolutely. Is he must-watch TV? Fuck no. Fuck no. But back to my main point, quitting. When is it okay to quit? Sugar Ray Leonard fought Duran. Duran chased Sugar Ray Leonard around the fight. It was one of those fights where, in a way, it was a rematch. He had Duran gain all this weight, and then it was one of those camps to make weight, and money had the best of Duran at that point. He ended up quitting, and it wasn't okay. That wasn't okay. He was in the fight. He wasn't getting, beaten up bad. He was in the fight. Duran was in the fight, but he decided to quit. That's why they started with the no mas. That's when the whole no mas started. That, in my opinion, was not okay. That's when it's not okay. When the fight's actually competitive. When there's no win, when the fighter has lost arguably every single round, and it's the 7th round, and your fighter, you already know a fighter doesn't have the pop or you can even say a lucky punch to end the guy, sort of like the Crawford fight. In my opinion, that's okay. It happens. What do you have to prove? You already got your money, check cleared. Let's move forward. That's when, in my opinion, they found a way out. They found a way out where it was arguably okay to quit, and good for him. Good for Khan. Look, Khan's the type of guy that for the most part of his career, he gave us great fights. Whether it was him knocking out people, or plain and simple him getting knocked out and creating a great highlight reel. He gave us great fights. He has nothing to prove anymore. He has, family and whatnot. There's nothing else to prove. Move on and do your thing. And I don't think one fight's going to define the guy's career, him quitting. I think, him being on the ground versus Prescott as prospects, that's going to define his career. But fuck all this. Fuck fans sometimes and just do you. Again, this episode revolves around quitting. We just found out that Gennady Golovkin and Abel Sanchez have quit their partnership. They're no longer going to be together. I went on social media. I saw that Golovkin had posted on Instagram. That he had split up with Abel Sanchez, and of course, like anything else, being a Golovkin fight, that kind of it stung a bit. But who really quit on who? From my understanding, from what I was able to read, Abel Sanchez made some comments about greed, got to Golovkin. Golovkin, put out a statement, very PR, that, Abel's a great guy, Hall of Fame trainer, but, he needed to move on to another trainer. Abel Sanchez also made, assumptions, what I guess assumed that he wasn't going to get paid, which I'm assuming is his 10% as a trainer, which most trainers charge. Because he did mention the $100 million contract that he got from DAZN. So I don't know if Abel Sanchez was expecting that 10% of $100 million. That's a lot of money. Again, not diminishing absolutely nothing that he has done, but I understand both sides. To give out 10% of $100 million, again, that's a lot of money to give out. To see that money that's on the table and you not getting it, only getting a certain percentage, 3% or whatever it is, that sometimes could be interpreted into an insult, because you see the guy getting all this money and somehow you're at the short end of the stick. You've been with him, you help get him to this level, and then you get a big fuck you back. So which one is it? In my opinion, I want to say Abel's a greedy one. But then again, I understand all the hard work that went in. But again, at the same time, I understand the people that actually say, no, you know what? If it wasn't for Golovkin, Abel Sanchez wouldn't be where he's at. Yes, I get it. They made a great partnership together. At the end of the day, the athlete is what matters. And if Golovkin feels like there's a need for change, well, there's a need for change. Quit on each other. I'm all right with that. Now, what does Golovkin do next? Does he go to, in my opinion, Lomas Pops? Does he go with Robert Garcia? Does he end up with a Freddie Roach? Which it appears that everybody goes to Freddie Roach to die. That's what he wants. I understand the guy lives in Santa Monica, so going to the Hollywood gym wouldn't be so out of the norm, I guess you could say. Um, but what does Gennady do? In my opinion, it's just been too many changes. First, this whole DAZN thing took 3-4 months to finalize. He finally got his contract. Um, it seems like he doesn't even want to speak Spanish. Then I don't know what happened between him and Tom. Tom seems to be somewhere in the background now. But again, I don't know. So what's the whole deal with Gennady? I don't even think he tries to form a sentence in English anymore because he was walking around with a translator. I mean, part of the charisma in Golovkin was that he tried. Was that we didn't really understand what he was saying. Yes, Max. Yes, the little catchphrases that he would say. Yeah, this is no joke. This is drama show. This is, all the little cute catchphrases from Golovkin. That was part of what made him very personable, very liked by the fans. I mean, shit. You're talking about me. I mean, I made a shirt that said Mexicans for Golovkin because he kind of represented a little bit of everyone, not only Mexicans, but just boxing fans in general. We wanted to see a guy that fought, and we got that in Golovkin. But it almost seems like he's getting a bit more corporate. I'm not sure, again, what's going on because it's easier to sit here and judge, but I really don't know what's going on in there. But the fact of the matter is that they quit on each other. Other than that, what else happened? Who else quit? Maidana just quit his training camp. Marcos Maidana, after what, couple of weeks, he looks like he lost about 40 to 60 pounds easy. I think abs are starting to form on him, and it was just reported that he said, "Fuck it, I'm out. Yo me voy a Argentina porque ya no quiero nada más con la dieta, boludo. No, ya no queremos más dieta." Packed the shit, left to Argentina. Now, what does that say about Maidana? First, I think most of us were against him. A lot of people, a lot of fans of Chino Maidana, a lot of boxers felt like that he actually accomplished the American dream. He came to the U.S., and again, this podcast goes full circle, and he fought Victor Ortiz, where Victor Ortiz quit. And he ends up pulling the upset, beating Victor Ortiz, which was the man. He was I guess you could say he was what Virgil Ortiz right now is to Golden Boy, and so he was the man or the prospect at that time for Golden Boy, and he beat him, and he goes on to have a great career. He fought Floyd twice. He fought Amir Khan. He might have lost. He actually lost that fight. He got knocked down, I think, in the second round, and was pain and agony on the floor. He came back and actually almost knocked out Amir Khan in a fight that Amir Khan didn't quit. He came and gave Adrian Broner his first loss. He went and he lost versus Devin Alexander, and then again went to Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia gave the guy life again, and he ended up having a great fight, and he ended up becoming a boxing meme. He would, post pictures on Instagram where he's drinking a bottle of Blue Label or whatever type of fancy whiskey and having a cigar, and looks like he's shooting stuff and killing deer and just eating and getting fat and living the great life. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's every boxer's dream, to be able to have enough money, put it away, and enjoy with your family, enjoy with your friends. Shit, enjoy with yourself. Buy yourself something pretty. Get your girl something pretty. But he somehow came back. He came back to try to do this again. Again, in my opinion, to be a fighter, you really need to be a special individual. You need to be a little crazy. But again, you need to be a little special. The sacrifices a fighter goes through, it's compared to nothing in this world. And Marcos Maidana came as a hungry kid with bricks in his hand, and he came and beat the shit out of everybody here in the U.S., fought some of the toughest fights. And he decided to retire at one point. Again, everybody's dream. Again, he became a meme. He became what everybody wants. And then he tried coming back after being everything that everybody, every fighter wants to be and enjoy the luxuries of life. Again, he tried coming back. And he failed. And he failed because he already tasted that life, that good life, that I don't have to make weight, that I could eat, drink, smoke, whatever I want, and it's okay. In my opinion, I thought he would end up coming back to Robert Garcia, again losing the weight with Ariza, because it looks like Ariza did a great job with him. But at the end of the day, last reports I heard was that he packed his bags and quit. Went back to Argentina. Said this wasn't for him. He would rather go back to his home country. I hope he quit for good. I hope he doesn't come back when his faculties are not all there because he needs the money. But sometimes it's okay to quit. With Amir Khan, it was okay to quit. He had no business being in the ring with a guy like Bud Crawford. With Maidana, it was okay to quit. After reaching every possible goal and being very financially stable, it's okay to quit. Go back to being retired, Maidana. With Golovkin, he felt like he needed something. He always said he didn't feel like he lost those fights versus Canelo. But the fact of the matter that he needed changes after fighting Canelo, after that draw, after losing to Canelo, he feels there's a void there. He needs something to make him better. Look, a lot of fighters have changed trainers. It's okay. Sometimes it's not the trainer's fault, but you need to evolve as a fighter. And I think that's what Golovkin feels he needs to do. Maybe it's not the right choice, but it's his choice. And that's why I think it's okay for him to quit. Abel Sanchez. With that said, guys, thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you guys like it, please hit those 5 stars. I'll make sure you guys rated. Give a thumbs up on YouTube. 5 stars on iTunes. I don't think you do any of that on Spotify yet. But thank you guys so much. Till next time, this has been the MrBoxingguru podcast.